Hello, my Spanish 3 students. So this week we have a relatively easy grammar concept compared to last week's por and para. So if you are a virtual student, keep watching, doing great. But if you're on the hybrid schedule, this is the assignment that we're going to be doing in class. So if you want to watch the video, you can. If not, I'll go over the lecture in person as well. It's up to you. So demonstrative adjectives. It's kind of a weird sounding thing, but we have these in English. You guys just might not be aware of what they're used for, what they are. So demonstrative adjectives are words that are used in both English and Spanish to point to specific objects. So as the name implies, it demonstrates a quality about the noun that is being modified. So in this case, the way we are going to use it, it's going to demonstrate like your proximity to that object. So it's going to demonstrate the location of the object. So the most common ones that we are going to be using are words like this, that, those, and these. So in Spanish and in English, demonstratives can fall under the category of pronouns or adjectives, depending on the situation in which we use them. So if we're using a demonstrative pronoun, it will be replacing a noun in a sentence like a pronoun does. So if I wanted to say, those are for you, the word those is the subject. Or if I was saying, that is for the teacher, the word that would be the pronoun. It will be the subject of the sentence. But for the majority of our usage in class, we are going to be using demonstratives as adjectives. So they're going to be used to specify the type of noun. If I'm saying like, these students are smart, or that apple is red. That's the context in which we will be using demonstratives. So like I said, examples. So based in translation, the demonstratives are functionally identical. It just depends in the situation in which you use them, whether or not they will classify as a pronoun or an adjective. So like I said, an example, pronoun, these are for the teacher. So these is taking the place of the actual noun. And then adjective form, if I say those apples are red, it's specifying, it's modifying the noun apples. So here they are in Spanish. This is the best chart that I could think of to put them on. So I want you guys to copy this down in your notes. Feel free to pause the video, take as long as you need. I'm going to break this chart down row by row. So first things first, before we do that, you'll notice column-wise, they're different. Sorry, it accidentally clicked forward. So everything in the column on the left is singular, and everything in the column on the right is plural. So these first two, this and these, we're going to use 4 different words, depending on whether your subject is masculine or feminine, singular or plural. So you can say este, esta, or estos and estas. And these are used for objects that are within your reach and things that are very close. Same way in English, I was saying like this computer, esta computadora. It's right in front of me. I could just reach out and grab it. The next row that we're going to look at. So these are used for objects that are close to you, but they're not exactly within reach. So like that desk, ese escritorio. Those students, esos estudiantes. But anyway, the pronunciation of these, we have ese, esa, esos, and esas. And then our third category, it technically has the same translation as these. You notice they're the same words, but in parentheses it says far away. So these are going to be used for objects that are far away, that are way over there. And I'll always specify when we're doing written activities whether it's far away or over there. That way you don't get ese and aquel mixed up. So these are probably the ones that you might kind of get caught up on. So everyone say aquel, aquella, aquellos, and aquellas. So like I said, these are for things that are far away. So this is kind of obvious to you all because you are Spanish 3 students. But in Spanish, when we use demonstratives, along with virtually everything else in the world in Spanish, we have to make sure that there is adjective agreement. We have to make sure that they agree with the modified noun in number and gender. So if we're talking about a feminine singular noun, we have to make sure our demonstrative is singular and feminine to match. So here we have some examples. Those delicious apples. We have esas manzanas deliciosas. You notice since manzanas or apples is feminine and plural, both of our adjectives, esas and deliciosas, are feminine and plural to match. So those yellow scarves, you can look up the word scarves on your new word bank for this week if you want. So we have estas bufandas amarillas. Estas bufandas amarillas. Oddly enough, none of the scarves in the picture are yellow. This class is good. Esta clase es buena. You have to remember the word class is irregular. It looks like it should be masculine, but psych, it's feminine. That red dress, we have ese vestido rojo. The word vestido, dress, is masculine. A lot of people think that because dresses are typically for girls, that they should be feminine. But we have to remember in Spanish, the feminine and masculine terminology is derived from the spelling of the word, not necessarily the purpose of the word. Okay, those buildings far away. So we have aquellos edificios viejos. Those old buildings. And the last one, this interesting article. Este artículo interesante. Very good. So now what we're going to do, we went through those together. You're going to do some on your own. So there are 7 of these. I want you to pause the video if you're working through this on your own. And I want you to try and fill in these blanks. And I also want you to write the complete translation. So this is going to be really good practice for remembering these other adjectives as well. So pause me. Okay, so let's go over these together. Move my little bubble. So we have estas computadoras nuevas. These new computers. So the word nuevas is like new. They're brand spanking new. Número 2. Aquellos pantalones verdes. Those green pants, like over there, far away. Número 3. Esta blusa bonita. This beautiful blouse. Or this beautiful shirt. Número 4, ese carro viejo. That old car. 5, aquellas chicas rubias. Those blonde girls. Número 6, estos relojes grandes. These big watches. Or these big clocks, either one. And número 7, esos libros interesantes. These interesting books. Very good. So I will post a quizzes that you can take over demonstratives on the PowerPoint, not on the video, but on the PowerPoint, that also gets posted on the classroom. And there will be a worksheet to go along with this. It's pretty short, pretty simple. And then you also will have a Hispanic Heritage activity over Juanes for this week. So I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll talk to you later.